Today, on 100 Yards of Football, Vincent Turner explores an NCAA legend special, the left-hander from Santa Ana, California, Mater Dei High School. He is the 2004 Heisman Trophy winner, along with the vacated BCS national champion. He's the two-time AP national champion. He's the recipient of the Manning Award, the Johnny Unitas Award, the Walter Camp Award. He's also the two-time Archie Griffin Award winner, the two-time first-team All-American, the two-time Quarterback of the Year, and the two-time Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year. His number 11 is retired at USC, and he played professionally for the Arizona Cardinals, the Houston Texans, and the Oakland Raiders, along with the Bills of Buffalo. Vincent Turner goes in on the left-hander. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matt Leinart of USC here on 100 Yards of Football.
If you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm Vincent Turner of 100 Yards Football, the 901. Very special thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landers, for making it happen for me today. Let me stand up for a minute. Matt Leinart had to do that. Royalty. USC. I hope that the USC football nation is watching this video today, because y'all should be very proud of the California boy, Matt Leinart. Boy, 2003, when he took that job and won the job in the spring in his first game against Auburn on national television, tell you a true story. I moved into my house in October 2003. And that young man right there, in that first game against Auburn, wasn't nothing great. He went 17 of 30 for 192 yards. But you can tell down the road he was going to be a special football player. And it was against the Auburn team that had Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams, and Jason Campbell, and Carlos Dempsey. And they went into Auburn, Alabama, and took care of their business. But think about Matt Leinart's career at USC. He won the job as a sophomore. And the thing that I look at the situation with Matt Leinart, you look at USC. USC is really, man, royalty of college football. It's no program from coast to coast has had more success. And I know everybody wants to talk about Alabama, but I'm talking about in the 60s, 70s, 50s. SC is royalty in college football, brother. I'm sorry. And the pressure to follow all those great players to live up to. Mike Garrett, Sam the Bam Cunningham, Carson Palmer, Troy Polamalu, Bruce Matthews, Clay Matthews. Unbelievable, man. Keyshawn Johnson. You gotta be another level to go to SC. And then you in LA with the Lakers, with the Rams, star power. And Matt Leinart won that job in a very heat battle of competition. He beat out some studs. Matt Castle, who went on and played in the National Football League. Brandon Hatz, who was an outstanding quarterback in the state of California. Billy Hart, who was another outstanding quarterback. And John David Bowie, who was a great quarterback in the state of Louisiana. And he won that job. And the thing I take about reading about Matt Leinart and doing my homework, he said, if I didn't win that job, I knew I was never going to play college football at USC. That's pressure. And he was third string. But he won that job. Went on, had the opening game victory in 2003 against Auburn. And then the skill set came alive. Delivery, A+. Touch, A+. Accurate, A+. Decision-making, A+. The field vision, A+. The leadership, A+. And the anticipation, A+. See, from 2003 to 2005, let's don't get jealous down here in the SEC country. College football was at another high level, and they was out there in LA acting a fool. And the Southern California Trojans were must-see TV. Reggie Bush, Landale White, Dwayne Jarrett, Mike Williams, Matt Leinart. They was doing their thing, brother. What I like about Matt Leinart, he went on and basically played in 2 national championship games and played really in another national championship game. His career stats, 10,693 yards, 99 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. Let that sink in for a minute. 99 touchdowns and 23 interceptions. That means he was protecting the football. USC all-time leader in career touchdown passes. And what I really remember about Matt Leinert's career is that he won the Rose Bowl his sophomore year. Big game against Michigan. Oh, he was special. 22 of 34, 327 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then he came back the next year against Oklahoma. 18 of 35, 332 yards, 5 touchdowns. And even in the loss to Texas, he was 29 of 40 for 367 yards. It's just a fact. In that game, if there had been any other quarterback outside Vince Young, Madison High School, Houston, Texas, they had 467 total yards offense and had 3 rushing touchdowns, Matt Leinart would have won 3 national championships. The Trojans were the 3-peat. And I remember his career, the big games, the Notre Dame game his senior year. NBC TV. And that throw he made to Dwayne Jarrett. Man, go back and look at that video. That pass had to be on the money. And then, of course, the greatest game. Well, I think he really didn't play, but he was a leader, his leadership. 2004 against Cal. Cal came in ranked number 7, SC number 1. And Cal, you know who they had under center? Chico, California, Aaron Rodgers. And you know what he did that game? Aaron Rodgers hit 26 straight passes, had an 88% completion rate in that game, and took Cal down to the USC 10-yard line and couldn't get it in. But Matt Leinart didn't play well that game, but it was his leadership. And what I remember about Matt Leinart in all his college career is that when the game was on the line, big-time money, big-time players show up. He was a guy you could count on Matt Leinart. And granted, he had Reggie Bush, he had Landale White, he had all those other great players around him. But when the lights got brighter, the money got bigger on that college stage, you looking at that graphic like there, the young man from Santa Ana outside of LA, he was big time. Notre Dame, Cal, Michigan in the Rose Bowl, Oklahoma, as Lee Corso said, is the greatest performance of any college football player I've seen in the history since I've been on this earth. 18 of 35, 332 yards, 5 touchdowns against Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner. And then that Texas game. In my opinion, the greatest college football game I've ever witnessed in my 62 years of living. And Matt Leinart was a part of that, going up against Vince Young. The Trojans Nation. Matt Leinart might have been the greatest college football player that's played this game. 3-time All-American, 2004 Heisman Trophy winner, 3-time Pac-10 Player of the Year. Man, MVP in the Rose Bowl, MVP in the Orange Bowl. in his performance against Texas. He would have been the MVP in that game. It would have been for Vince Young. I don't know any other college football player that's had a career like Matt Leinart on the college level. And to the USC Trojan football nation, it's been so many great players. Oh, my God. You mentioned USC football one more time. You got to mention OJ. You got to mention Mike Garrett. You got to mention Willie Brown, Paul McDonald, Charles White, Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott, Joey Browner, Dennis Smith, Bruce Matthews, Keyshawn Johnson, Curtis Conway, Mark Carrier, Rodney Peete, Ricky Gray, Jack Del Rio, Carson Palmer, Troy Polamalu, Roy Foster, Don Mosbar. Even Mike Holmgren was at USC. He didn't play, but he was a quarterback, third string. Earl McCullough, Ricky Bell, Anthony Davis, Richard Batman Wood, Charles Phillips, Marvin Cobb, Rob McNeil, Anthony Munoz, Chip Banks, Joey Browner. This guy might have had the greatest college career all along. Ronnie Lott. Matt Leinart was special at USC, brother. So if you liked the video today, please comment and share it. It's been an honor and pleasure. And to the USC football Trojans nation, y'all need to stand up and pat yourselves on the back and give this man his flowers. Matt Leinart was that thing at USC, brother. The city of Hollywood where stars are born. Special thanks to my producer, Mr. Logan Landers. And special thanks to my man, Mark Bass, for bringing them up. So when I think about LA and think about when Matt Leinart played out there in 2003, 2005, there's only one song I can think of. Chicago, you know it's time. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. People dancing, people laughing. A man selling ice cream, singing Italian songs. California, yeah, hey! Matt Leinart, quarterback, USC.